What if everything you perceive about your reality is incomplete? This question, as unsettling as it may sound, is worth exploring. We live in a world largely understood in three dimensions: height, width, and depth. These spatial dimensions paint a tangible picture of our reality, and we navigate through life using these as our guide. But what if I told you there's more to it than that? What if our reality is not merely a three-dimensional construct, but instead a four-dimensional one? This is not a radical departure from scientific understanding. In fact, it aligns quite neatly. The fourth dimension that we're talking about here is not some esoteric concept plucked from the realm of science fiction. It's time. We often overlook time as a crucial factor in our perception of reality. We tend to focus on the physical, the tangible, the immediate. But by doing so, we miss out on a significant piece of the puzzle. So imagine now a reality that extends beyond the physical, a reality that dances with time. Time, the elusive fourth dimension, often slips through our cognitive grasp. Let's try to understand this concept. Bear with me. It's a bit like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands. We live in a world defined by three dimensions: height, width, and depth. We can move forwards, backwards, up, down, left, or right. It's all pretty straightforward, right? But here's where things get interesting. Imagine watching a tree grow. You plant a tiny seed, and over weeks, months, years, it transforms into a towering tree. Now what if you could compress all that growth, all those changes, into a single moment? It's a bit mind-boggling, isn't it? But that's essentially what we're doing when we consider time as a fourth dimension. Let's take another example. Picture an ice cube sitting on a table. Over time, it melts into a small puddle. Again, if we could squeeze that whole process into an instant, we'd see the ice cube and the puddle simultaneously. That's the power of four-dimensional thinking. It allows us to see the entire timeline of an object all at once. But why does this matter? Why should we care about some abstract, theoretical concept? Well, the thing is, time isn't just a concept. It's a fundamental part of our reality. Every moment of every day, time is ticking away, shaping and reshaping our world. Every breath you take, every move you make, is a step forward in time. Without time, our world wouldn't just be different, it would be unrecognizable. Think about it. Without the passage of time, a tree wouldn't grow, an ice cube wouldn't melt. Without time, there would be no change, no progress, no evolution. Everything would be stuck, frozen in a single eternal moment. So you see, time isn't just a ticking clock on the wall. It's the invisible thread that weaves our reality together. It's the river that carries us forward, whether we're ready or not. It's the canvas upon which our lives are painted, moment by moment, day by day. Without the passage of time, our world remains static, frozen, unchanging. Now let's delve into the realm of four-dimensional thinking and its transformative power. Imagine you're standing in a field, surveying the terrain. You see the height of the trees, the width of the river, and the depth of the valley. These three dimensions are instantly recognizable to you. But there's a fourth dimension at play here, one that's not immediately visible: time. As the seasons change, so does the landscape. The trees grow taller, the river changes its course, the valley deepens. Time transforms the three-dimensional world we see. This is the essence of four-dimensional thinking, incorporating the dimension of time into our understanding of reality. It's about seeing beyond the immediate, the here and now, and recognizing the potential transformations that time can bring. Let's apply this to something more personal, like your life goals. Perhaps you aspire to write a book, start a business, or run a marathon. These are not tasks that can be accomplished in a day, a week, or even a month. They take time. Incorporating the dimension of time into your planning allows you to break these long-term goals into manageable chunks and to anticipate the challenges and opportunities that may arise along the way. Consider decision-making. We often make decisions based on immediate needs or wants. But what if we were to consider the impact of those decisions in a year, 5 years, or even a decade from now? That's four-dimensional thinking. It encourages us to weigh our decisions not just against the present, but against the future as well. In goal setting too, four-dimensional thinking is transformative. It's not just about setting a goal, but also about visualizing the journey to that goal, the steps you'll need to take. the obstacles you might encounter, and the time it will take to get there. Four-dimensional thinking thus becomes not just a theory, but a potent tool for life. It allows us to see beyond the immediate, to plan for the long term, and to make decisions that are not just beneficial for the present moment, but also for our future. It's a powerful way to expand our understanding of reality and transform our life experiences. Embrace the power of four-dimensional thinking and see how it changes your reality. But how does this four-dimensional thinking tangibly affect our lives? Well, let's start by considering personal growth. Often we view our abilities as fixed, constrained by the three dimensions of space. However, when we introduce time into the equation, we see that our skills and knowledge are not static. They can grow, evolve, and improve over time. This shift in mindset from fixed to growth can transform the way we approach challenges, turning obstacles into opportunities for development. Now let's talk about career planning. In a three-dimensional world, we might be tempted to leap at the first job opportunity that comes our way. But with a four-dimensional perspective, we recognize that our careers are long-term journeys. A single job is not an endpoint, but rather a stepping stone in the river of time. By considering the dimension of time, we can make more strategic decisions that serve our long-term career goals. And what about relationships? In a three-dimensional mindset, a disagreement might seem like an insurmountable hurdle. However, in a four-dimensional context, we understand that relationships evolve over time. Conflicts can be opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. Time gives us the capacity for patience, empathy, and the ability to see beyond the immediate moment. In all these examples, the fourth dimension of time transforms our perspective. It allows us to see beyond the here and now, to envision a future shaped by our actions today. It encourages us to strive for growth, to make strategic decisions, and to foster meaningful relationships. As we begin to think in four dimensions, we start to comprehend that our lives are not confined to static moments. Instead, they are dynamic journeys, evolving and changing over time. We realize that we are the architects of our destinies, sculpting our futures with each decision we make. This shift in perspective is not merely theoretical. It has tangible impacts on our daily lives, influencing how we perceive ourselves, how we plan our careers, and how we build our relationships. As we see, the fourth dimension of time becomes a catalyst for personal evolution. So, how do we start to embrace this fourth dimension in our thinking? Begin by embracing the concept of mindfulness. This involves being completely present in the moment, not just physically, but mentally as well. When we are mindful, we are cognizant of the here and now, but we also recognize that each moment is fleeting. It's a snapshot in the continuum of time, a single frame in the movie of our lives. Mindfulness helps us appreciate that we exist not just in space, but in time. Next, practice visualization. In your mind's eye, imagine your life not just as it is, but as it could be. Don't just think about the present, visualize the future. Picture yourself achieving your goals. See yourself not only in your current dimension of space, but also in the dimension of time. By visualizing your future, you're effectively thinking in four dimensions. Lastly, set long-term goals. Don't just think about what you want to achieve today or tomorrow. Consider what you want to achieve in 6 months, a year, or even 5 years from now. This isn't about rushing towards your goals, but rather understanding that achieving meaningful things takes time. This is four-dimensional thinking. Incorporating this kind of thinking into your life isn't easy. It requires a shift in perspective, a willingness to see beyond the immediate, beyond the tangible. It demands a certain level of patience, a recognition that while we live in the present, we're also moving through time. Imagine your life as a journey, not just through space, but through time as well. Each moment, each decision, each action is a step along this journey. By thinking in four dimensions, you're not just plotting a course, you're charting a timeline. You're not just aiming for a destination, you're setting a trajectory. And that's the power of four-dimensional thinking. It allows us to see beyond the immediate, to envision a future that is not just possible, but probable. It empowers us to make decisions not just for the here and now, but for the then and there. By weaving time into our thought tapestry, we create a richer, fuller picture of our reality. In this journey through the fourth dimension, we've challenged our perception of reality. We've ventured beyond the confines of height, width, and depth to embrace time as a crucial dimension in our cognitive framework. We've uncovered the power of four-dimensional thinking, recognizing it as a tool that can enhance our understanding of the world and our place within it. We've also seen how this expanded perspective can shape our decisions and life experiences. By incorporating the dimension of time, we've learned to adopt a growth mindset, to plan long-term, and to appreciate the fluidity of our existence. In essence, we've arrived at a new understanding of reality, one that acknowledges the intertwined nature of space and time. In the end, to truly grasp our reality, we must venture beyond the physical dimensions and dance with time itself. Because when we think in four dimensions, we don't just change our perception of reality, we change reality itself.